It would be a little bit out of position right now, but it's not a big thing. It's not that out of position. And the gold minerals would, yeah, count very much right now. 18 harvesters for HasuObs. And I need to sneeze, so I'm muted like 10 seconds. Okay, I did not sneeze, so maybe it's a spontaneous explosion in the next minute. So, Leia is finished, and let's have a look what he's doing. Again, very nice creep spread. He is still the Nidus Worm. But, of course, with the front end of your Nidus Worm, you cannot build new Nidus Worms. And DarK.ForcE is expanding at the gold mineral patches. This is a very nasty try to get another base. Oh, the queen is out of position there. 200 energy on the queen. Yep. He can see it. HasuObs can see it. Probably he wants to check out what's going on with his observer first. But he really needs to engage now. Uh-oh, Zerglings and roaches only. Still nothing. Oh, the Spire. I missed the Spire. Look at the production tab. Yep, DarK.ForcE is cancelling his second base. 6 Mutalisks gonna be made, and he will harass his opponent and forcing him to stay on one base. I'm sorry. Yeah, DarK.ForcE loses more creep tumors. And yeah, looking at the unit composition, HasuObs is very good right now. 2 Immortals, some sentries to throw down force fields against the Zerglings. It's a nice thing. Ba-ba-bam. Yes. This is the power of Protoss. But DarK.ForcE just need to expand another time at the gold mineral patches. I think he's cool now to do this. And where is the drone? Normally I'm absolutely right about these timings. But not in this case, I think. Expand, DarK.ForcE, expand, please. Both players are at 27, 26 harvesters right now. HasuObs is rebuilding his cybernetics core to get Stalker again, or probably in this case Twilight Council. Having a look at his base, it's a little bit spread there. No. There's a Twilight Council. Ah, very nice. Still no drone to get the gold mineral patches. DarK.ForcE. This is the right time. You got map control now. Oh! You got this expansion there. Okay, I missed that. So this is as good as the gold mineral patches. Not that much, of course, but it's cool. He has 2 bases now. HasuObs needs to struggle for his map control again. At least the control to expand there. But he has a hard time to do that. Still a layer tech. 1-0 upgrade is going down for the Mutalisks. Have a look at the supply. 120 for DarK.ForcE, 100 for HasuObs. Yeah, DarK.ForcE really made the right choices there. This is something that players like DarK.ForcE or, well, tough to find another one. Well, maybe TLO. Yeah, what those players can do. DarK.ForcE really is very good in decision making. And doing the base trade with the Nidus Chamber was awesome. And he is still ahead, you know. Although Hasu contained him, which is awesome strong. So DarK.ForcE is now at 37 harvesters, while Hasu is still at 30, which is a nice count for one base. It really needs to expand another time. As you can see, 114 against 142 supply. Income is very good for DarK.ForcE, especially because he has the double amount of gas income. He wants to expand another time at the gold mineral patches, which would bring him back into the game. DarK.ForcE managed to get this expansion of the gold mineral patches as well. Well, it's not as well, he did manage it. 1-1 upgrade for Mutalisks, an evolution chamber, Roachborn, only the speed upgrade is finished. Here's some Mutalisks to arrest. Oh, nice pickup there. The pylon is really vulnerable. 2 warp gates out of juice. HasuObs tries to attack the expansion of DarK.ForcE. He immediately pulls back his drones. So important to save your drones when you're losing an expansion. Because when another expansion is going down, you can saturate it in no time. But when you're losing all the drones with your expansion, this is a really big loss. It's a counterattack with some speedlings. Nice Mutalisk count for DarK.ForcE now. Oh, and 2 cannons are out of juice. What is HasuObs doing? He can't afford to do another base trade, so he pulls back. DarK.ForcE really got HasuObs in the right time. And again, very nice pullback by Hasu, saving all his probes. The really slow High Templar are sneaking their way to the main base of HasuObs. But they're too late. The speedlings are already in the mid again. Still a lair tech. Well, it's an option to build tier 3, but DarK.ForcE does not need to, because the Protoss is not in his late game. He's still in something like a mid game unit composition. But, well, no, I need to tell. This is the beginning of the late game, but he's low on minerals, so... As I mentioned before, the unit composition of Immortals, Templar, maybe some Archons. Force fields are always a decent option. This is the strongest stuff a Protoss can have. So, I'm not sure. DarK.ForcE is ahead in the mineral count. But when it comes down to direct confrontation of the armies, I think HasuObs is doing a good job. So DarK.ForcE uses his mobility to kill pylons, and this is something that makes Terran Zerg feel weak when you can't confront your opponent's army. But as you can see, the mobility is a big advantage. Oh, nice force fields and a nice storm. You saw all the Zerglings needed to walk through this storm. DarK.ForcE expanded all over the map in the meantime, especially on the island expansions. This is a big thing. So DarK.ForcE is at 160 supply and 130 supply for Hasu, who has to rebuild his Templar archives. I'm not that sure. The Kaidarine amulet is finished, but a storm should be... Yeah, we saw a storm. But Kaidarine amulet, I'm not sure. Again, the Mutalisks harassing the main base of Hasu. 1-1 upgrades. Here's a big ball of units by HasuObs. And note that only Protoss has decent area of effect damage. Zerg has only Mutalisks and Ultralisks, of course. There are no Ultralisks in the decent or distant future. So DarK.ForcE loses this base, but he does a trade against the against the main base of Hasu. Hasu needs to catch his opponent's army, but he just can't, you know. He needs to pull back to his own gold minerals, rebuild some stuff like pylons because he's supply stuck. But no, HasuObs is going for the main base, the new main base of DarK.ForcE. Nope, he's not. Pulling back. the gold minerals. Very nice Mutalisk micro, picking up so much stuff. And we could see... yeah, Cadrian Amulet is done. Well, as I mentioned, the army of Hasu is very strong, but he's not mobile enough to catch him. And now that DarK.ForcE has expansions all over the map, on the bottom right, on the top left, and all the other stuff here, Hasu can't leave his base. Whoops, this is a bad position for DarK.ForcE. I lost some stuff. As you can see, the Zerglings are immediately in the red. $164 supply for DarK.ForcE and 120 supply for Hasu. He's leaving his base again, and as you can see, DarK.ForcE is flanking one more time. Can kill off some of these roaches, but now he will lose his main base. But he could warp in some High Templar. And this is what he does. Bad storm. Bad storm. Oh no. Hasu manages to save his probes again, but he can't afford to lose another base there. So Hasu just tries to do a trade for all his for his main base against all the stuff that HasuObs has all over the map. But I think the worst problem is that he can't reach the the island expansions. Here's a pylon, a little bit hidden, but because Hasu has no main structure, DarK.ForcE always can see what Hasu is doing, and he's building a new main base. So it was a really bad trade for Hasu. DarK.ForcE is now at 170 supply. He cannot kill the army of his opponent, but he still has map control. This is the worst situation for a Protoss, and this makes you sad all the time. Mutalisks are 2-2. Well, there is a Nidus Worm, I don't know where. And it gets a little bit boring, I have to admit. DarK.ForcE can't attack his opponent can't do anything. So he should just tag to a hive and build mass ultralisks. Because the unit composition of Hasu might be very good against anything, But the immortals, there are only 4 immortals.